Heard you had a visit with your mom today. It went okay?
Yeah.
You're still not mad, are you?
No. She told me to come to class for a reason, right?
Hey, you talk about the issues you've been having?
No.
And what issues are those?
The drugs and the drinking.
Hey, you've been coming to class for 2 months now. You don't think it's time we start getting our hands dirty?
I guess.
Did you do that homework assignment I told you about?
And what was that?
You were supposed to write down a list of all your triggers and the scriptures that's supposed to help you when you start to think about relapse.
Why I gotta get homework? Nobody else get homework. And plus, Dave said it's bullshit.
Well, Dave don't come to class. And unfortunately, I ain't his teacher. And we talked about how he could be a negative influence.
Dave always been with me. He's been with me my whole life.
But he don't want you to change, do he?
What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
All right, well, we got a lot of pre-gaming to do. We might as well step off right quick.
Man,
what's the problem?
I was talking to YAHUAH and he kind of told me that I shouldn't be hanging out with you because you kind of like, you know, negative.
I know you ain't letting them niggas get in your head, man. I know that's not what's happening. Come on, we got a lot more important things to be trying to decide tonight. Come on, now.
Like what?
Like light or dark?
Hennessy or tequila? Don Julio or Termana? You know what? I guess we can. I can get a drink. Right, fuck it. I guess I can get a drink.
That's what I thought. You be real smooth with this game, don't you?
All right.
What the hell is that you doing?
It's juice.
There ain't no Hennessy, man. Babies,
YAHUAH told me that I shouldn't be drinking as much.
Man, fuck all that, man. Listen, y'all got the same color cups. He just a baby. So he distracted. Just take the cup. Take it.
All right. Sure.
All right, Aki, man. Let me take this quick shot real quick. Throw this on Facebook for the game night, man. All right. Get up in there. How the homework assignment go? I noticed you ain't talk too much about the drinking. You comfortable with the drinking?
There's nothing I could do about it now, but if I wouldn't have been such a drunk, then maybe my stepfather wouldn't have died.
Listen, there was a lot of people on the road that night. It was raining and it was slick. You know what I mean? The truck was coming at you head on. If you hadn't swerved, you might be dead too.
But it was my fault.
It wasn't your fault, Aki.
If I wasn't hired drunk that night when I picked him up, then maybe.
Maybe what?
Never mind. Dave was right about you, man. You an asshole. Dave is my real friend.
Listen, man, I'm gonna show you something, and you might not even like this. All right, but you know what, your boy Dave, we took a picture last night during the game night, and you know what? Dave ain't your friend, bro, because Dave, he don't exist.
Wow, you're a hallucination.
Was that a hallucination?
Maybe I just imagined that you slapped me. Oh,
come on now, we can do this all night. Editing, Photoshop. You do think Wakanda is real too? Stop talking crazy, man. Let's go. Come on, man. You tripping, man. You bugging. Listen, I stopped by the spot before I came over here. Look.
What?
Oh, there you go.
And
no thing.
All right.
Let him relax. That's good, man. Straight.
I can't do this with you. I've been trying to get myself together, and I just can't do this shit no more.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. You bitching. You sound like a whole bitch right now. Man, we trying to get high tonight. We trying to turn up. What's good? It's any other weekend, man. Any other weekend, we getting high. We're gonna fuck some hoes. Probably it's gonna be a great night. You bitching. Man.
All right, man. Look. All right. So look. All right. Let's go get some weed.
Now we talking my language.
All right, let's go get some weed.
Man. Start this bitch up, bro.
And then when I pull up, you know what I'm saying, we you know what I mean, just hop out and then we're gonna grab what we gotta grab.
Exactly. All right, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it, man. Can't do this shit no more, man. Shit fucking crazy. I can't do this no more. I can't do this. I'm sorry, man, but I gotta get my life together. I gotta get myself right. I gotta go, man. Sorry, man, I gotta go.
Ain't no thing. He'll be back.
Heard you had a visit with your mama today. It went okay?
It's been a while since I seen my friend Dave. No matter what I do, no matter where I go, he always seems to be right there. I just hope I'm able to fight when he comes back. Lord allow. Last week we went to Trenton, but the week before that, we had went down to Philly. But it was pretty dope because it's good that we're going out to camp every week. Yeah, because it keeps me straight. For sure, Philly and Trenton was good looks, man. But on another note, man, how you been with your drinking on the last 3 years? I've been cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Just basically. How you been maintaining? Taking the counsel and taking one step at a time. I know one thing that I do, man, is, you know, whenever I get that urge, I might get some coffee or I might get something like that. And then, hey, man. You paying attention? Yeah. All right, so, you know, usually I might get some coffee or I might get something like that to kind of curb the urge that I might get for drinking. You know what I mean? Right. And then usually when I do that, then I don't have any issues and I don't even want it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, so, you know, one day at a time, definitely going to take the counsel. Yeah, you for sure got to take the counsel. Yeah. No, Lord Christ. What's going on? Yeah. I'm going to be around there a little bit later. I'm about to clean the car right now. Yeah. All right. Lord Christ.
When I do it carefully. You can lose everything you own over jealousy. When I met her, I ain't never sweat her, I just let her breathe. You down, keep my foot on you, that's not my pedigree. At your throat, I done took her over, I pray I never leave. I'm a different guy, just a pride tucked in my sleeve. Boy, you fucking stupid, can't you shoot?
Like light or dark?
Hennessy or tequila? Don Julio or Termana?
Well. What do we have here? Mr. Officer, so-called man of God.
What do you want, man? What do you want from me? What? What do you want?
You need to stop playing games and crack open that bottle so we can get this party started, man.
For these last 3 years, I haven't needed you or wanted you around.
Man, I see through all that old woke Israelite shit, man. I know exactly who you are, nigga. You like to have a drink. Man, you've been doing good, whatever. It's over now, man. It's time to get back to business.
See, this is the thing. The difference is, now I know how to control you.
I can never be controlled. If I want you to drink, you gonna drink.
We'll see. I guess we're gonna see.
All right. Shalom, Israel. What's going on, y'all? Let's pep it up. Okay. Y'all know, man, this is the Lashawan Quadash class. That was a excellent parody, or not a parody, clip from THESHADEROOM, a skit. That's what I was looking for. The word I was looking for. That was an excellent skit. Okay, from the Delaware camp, I.S.U.P.K. Delaware. That was Priest and Captain THESHADEROOM. That was a excellent alcohol or drug abuse skit. Okay. With that being said, man, okay, so today what we're going into is the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8. All right. Oh, no, I'll fix it. It's cool. It's Colossians 2 and 8. Y'all, I'm going to fix the title real quick. Colossians 2 and 8, okay? All right, if I misspelled this, I'll just change it later. All right, it's Colossians 2 and 8, Hebrew translation. All right, so that's what we're doing today. We're doing Colossians 2 and 8. And what I wanted to get into is the good thing about, okay, so in the breakdown, in the translation, what you're going to see is the word IUIC. All right, IUIC. Now that word, once we get to it, I want to show you something. All right, I want to show you something. A lot of people, if you ever been to an I.S.U.P.K class, and you heard us say IUIC Amun, right? You heard us say that quite a few times if you ever been in any I.S.U.P.K class where we did the prayers. Matter of fact, if y'all stay tuned, man, make sure if you're online, stay tuned for December 25th. Now, that day in America is them celebrating their evil. But that day just so happens to be to fall on the Hebrew calendar for this year for the Feast of Hanukkah. That's why I said for this year. Notice I said for this year because, of course, our calendar goes off the cycles of the moon, right? The season and the cycle of the moon. So this year, the Feast of Hanukkah just so happened to be on the same day as that evil, wicked holiday. I think it was like this a few years ago where those two same days fell on each other. The oppressor's evil day and our holiday, our observance of the Feast of Hanukkah just so happened to fall on the same day. That happened a few times since I've been in the truth. It's not every year, but it's around the same time. It's usually in the same week, or definitely within those same 2 weeks. All right. But I wanted to show you something because Commanding General YAHANNA, he'll be here December 25th during the Feast of Hanukkah. Okay, so y'all stay tuned for that. Y'all stay tuned and on the online classes, and make sure y'all pay close attention to how we break down the scriptures. Man, it's gonna be so amazing. But it's gonna come to life. It's gonna come to life when Commanding General YAHANNA starts to break down the history and of things that we went through during that time period. Now, I'm saying that to say this: the time period is what you're going to have to pay close attention to in this scripture in Colossians 2 and 8. And it's the word. Let's get into the class. I'm giving it away by even trying to go into it because it's so, it is prevalent. It is one of the main points of the class. But I'm gonna end up giving away the whole damn thing if I keep saying it. All right, so oh damn, I can't even go on TikTok. I forgot. I had to go on the other platform. one of the other platforms. I forgot. We got the other phone here. Let me see. Let's go live on this one. All right, y'all. So I'm starting the class, man. So with that being said, I'm Yakwataziyan Mara, Ma'awarka Kayahayawam. What I just said was I'm Officer Mara, your teacher for the day. So, Salaki, I need this phone right here. So I want to go into Colossians, the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8. All right, I want to send something over to this email real quick, and we're gonna get started, man. We're gonna get started. Let me send this over to the email. Give me 1 second. Type in your questions as well. As I'm doing this, y'all type in y'all questions, all right? Boom, hold on. Type in y'all questions as we getting this class ready. All right. So we're going into Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. All right. You want to read the Hebrew? Can you pull this up on the screen? I'm for the class, and here I'm gonna pull this up online. All right. So let's get started. Let's go to Colossians. Hold on. Let me go to the email. I'm gonna show you all the scriptures, man, and we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Y'all gonna like this one right here because this is a prevalent. This one is one of the main scriptures that we use in the school, right? Let me make this. Let me zoom in for you. The water. Let's see. Like I said before, we always try to entertain you, man. We always trying to promote and show you the things that we doing in the truth, man, because this world makes it seem like we're so evil for following the Bible. And it's crazy because everybody else claims to follow the Bible, but it's obvious that they don't. Because if they did, then we wouldn't have these issues that we have in today. So, Quatas, I want you to have it up on the screen. I don't know if you want to read some Hebrew. You can let me know once you have it, and I'm gonna send some more photos to the email. We're gonna get it in. Let me know once you're there. Everybody else, y'all can see. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8. I'm just waiting for the brother to pull it up on the screen. Once he has it, then we'll move forward. Okay. No, it ain't Chromecast. It's regular HDMI. It should just pop up if you go to home. You sure it's in? Oh, it might not be all the way in the back. Might be. It is. It was hanging out. Can y'all see it? Is this light in the way? Y'all let me know if the light's in the way. All right, y'all. So I'm damn. I don't know if you wanted to read the Hebrew or not. I don't want to skip over if you want to read it. Oh, all right. No sweat. Let me enlarge it on the screen for you so you can see. So it's the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8. You might got to use the mic. If you ain't got it on, I'll just spin this over to you. Whichever one is easy. You just turn on the mixer, and you should have a mic right there already connected to it. Should it, not unless it's sitting over there on the table. Should be one with a cord. That's cool. All right, so cool. So we about to go in, y'all. Now remember what I said about the time. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I ain't gonna mention nothing else. I'm gonna leave it there. You can use the wireless joints too. Yeah, you can just use one of the wireless joints. You ain't gotta make sure they both on. You can just use one for now. Cause I'm all the way over here, so it's good. I'm pretty sure everybody in here can hear us. There you go. All right. So we're about to read Colossians chapter 2, verse 8 in the Hebrew.
Come on. This is the book of Colossians chapter 2, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Ha-Shemariah Lakum.
Oh, let me go over here and go to this one. So there you go. You got it. Ha-Shemariah Lakum.
Ha-Shemariah Lakum. Pan. YAHUAH. No, sorry.
You was close.
YAHUAH.
YAHUAH.
Yep. Her.
La Kwaya.
Right. Quaria. Go ahead, you got it.
Ayash.
Mm-hmm.
Mashiach.
Mm-hmm.
Shawaha.
Mm-hmm.
Lapaya. Tazawah.
Mm-hmm.
Anashim. Mada.
Malamada.
Kadara. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I.W.L. That's the word I was just speaking about. Go ahead.
Wala'a. Kadarak.
Mashiach.
Oh, mashiach. Oh, okay. Yeah.
There you go. Get a brother hand. That was excellent. Don't worry. Your pastor can't do this. You don't know what the hell we talking about. You don't know why I'm dressed like this, and you don't know what the hell we talking about. All right, so what the brother just read was Colossians 2:8 in the Hebrew. Let's go and let's get it in the English. All right. So I'm gonna zoom in on this. So this is what it says. It's Colossians 2:8 in the English. It says, "Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ." Hold on. Now y'all know why this is an important scripture. Let's read it again. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. Who's being okay? Spoil in the Bible is talking about being robbed. All right, being robbed, being cheated. Okay, being robbed is the main context. That's what it means to spoil someone, right? Not like today, like a spoiled child, but someone that is robbed, like spoil of goods, right? So in this context, spoil is talking about you being robbed. So it says beware. Beware as in, pay attention to. Pay attention to, lest, right? Lest meaning to prevent any man rob you, any man spoil you through philosophy. How are you going to be robbed? By philosophy and vain deceit. Now, I'm gonna start explaining some of this in a second once we do the Hebrew. I'm gonna give y'all a small breakdown right now, just the understanding of the scripture, and then we're gonna translate. So you're gonna be robbed through philosophy and vain deceit, right? Like things like Thanksgiving, things like Christmas, right? Things like New Year's, things like that. So New Year's, Christmas, all those false philosophies, man. All those ways that someone can rob you or spoil you, right? Remember, these are after the traditions of men, which is what it's saying. So Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's All those are the traditions of men. Those are after the traditions of men. They come from the traditions of men. Notice I said from. I'm not going to get no more away. From the traditions of men, right? From the rudiments of the world, right? I'm gonna leave it there, right? Let's go into the last part. And not after Christ. Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, your birthday, that's after the traditions of men, or I can't even say that. If I want to say the word that I was going to say, I would have given it away. So I can't say that. I got to wait for the translation. Christmas, your birthday, New Year's, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, that is a tradition of men. That we're not supposed to celebrate those things as Israelites. We ain't even supposed to give a damn. Who knows what birthday you on? Who gives a damn? That ain't even the new year. It's not even the new year. It's the dead of winter. The new year starts in the spring, where things spring forth and come alive, and hence when the world was created, he came alive. Anyway, that's another topic. But these traditions come from the traditions of men. After the rudiments of the world, I was about to say something. I can't say it because I will give away my translation. I want to say so much other stuff. Let's just keep going. And after, and not after Christ. Christmas and all that ain't got nothing to do with Jesus Christ, man. His birthday ain't December 25th because he was born in the spring when people slept outside in the field. Nobody's sleeping outside right now. Homeless people don't want to sleep outside. That's a fact. So therefore, Jesus Christ was not born in the winter. So Christmas ain't got nothing to do with Christ's birthday. It's not his birthday. Neither did he celebrate his birthday because he was an Israelite. So therefore, those things comes from the teachings of men, aka Christianity, aka the philosophy and vain deceit that comes from the oppressor. That the devil that the Bible speaks of, Donald Trump's race and Joe Biden's race. Anyway, let's keep going. Big shout out to you. I think that's MZ, the water. Appreciate that. All right. Big shout out to everybody online too. So let's get into the class. We're about to translate Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. Okay. Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. So let's go back to the Hebrew and let's start translating, man. All right, let's go back to the Hebrew. We're going to translate. So if you notice, the first word it says, now I'm going to zoom in on these words, all right? Now this is the New Testament in Hebrew. So we in Colossians chapter 2, as y'all can see over here, verse 8. Okay, as y'all know up here, these dots all the way at the top right here, those dots, they'll let you know that the 7th verse has ended. Sometimes the dots fall in the middle of the verse. So you got verse 7, which starts after these dots. After these dots, this right here is verse 6. But after these dots start verse 7. Verse 7 goes all the way down to these dots. And then after these dots, verse 8. Okay, I'm just giving y'all, for the newcomers, the understanding. Now, we don't read any of these other dots. They don't even matter. They're not there. That's Yiddish. Those dots make these words, these Hebrew letters, or these Assyrian Hebrew letters. That turns the Assyrian Hebrew letters, or the Hebrew language. It turns the pronunciation into what they call today Yiddish. What they call today the Yiddish language. They use these dots to change the pronunciation of the word. So this word right here is Hashamarwa. Hashamarwa, and whatever those dots, they would change it to whatever, Yishnikov is into. All right. So with that being said, these dots ain't here. I'm just talking specifically about these two square or diamond looking shape dots right here. That's how you know what the end of the verse is. I'll give you another example. You got verse 9 right here, right? But verse 9 starts after these dots. So this is verse 9. All this is verse 8. All right. So now, the first word is Ha-shamarwa. Ha-shamarwa. Okay. So let's go and let's I want to pull, let me copy this real quick. Ha-shamarwa. I'm about to give y'all the first word. So the first word in here is shamar, is the word shamar, right? So I'm gonna share this tab. Here you go. Hold on, y'all. Boom, there we go. So the first word is the word shamar. And I want to see if I can move this over. There we go. That's how I would like to keep it for the class so y'all can see. Now, also too, if I get in the way, y'all just let me know. Shamar. Shamar is the first word, right? Now the ha at the beginning of the root word that we seen over here in ha shamar, this ha that's at the beginning of the root word, that's used to say the, right? It's used to say the, and y at the beginning is slang to say they. It's slang to say they. All right. So you got ha at the beginning to say the, y at the end to say they. Right. Salaki is a slang to say they. The main usage of it is his or him. That's the main usage of the word. Is his or him. All right. So with that being said, shalom, Cap. Shabbat. What's going on? You want to declare, sir? Oh, Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. So shalom, sis. YAHUSHUA, Thabashim, YAHUSHUA. So we gonna go into it. I just want to give y'all the YAHUSHUA, Thabashim, YAHUSHUA. I just want to give y'all the understanding of those first two of that first letter and the last letter. Now, the root word is the word shamar. It's the word shamar. The word shamar is a verb meaning keep, watch, or preserve. All right? Keep, watch, or preserve. Okay? Now, preserve is not used as much as watch or guard. When it says keep, it's meaning to guard or to protect, right? Or not protect. This is a word for protect, but guard or watch. Like we have the shamar, which is Quatazal. He's on the guard. He's overseer of security. As you can see here, it says overseer, right? He's on guard. Now I got a few of these definitions that I highlighted. I'm gonna try to raise it up just to make sure it's over top of me. Over top of my head. All right, there we go. So it says keep, have charge of. Okay. Keep, within bounds, restrain, meaning you're in control of it, right? Where's the rest of this? She shall preserve thee. That was one of the ways they use preserve. But a watch or a watchman. To watch or a watchman, right, is a guard. A watchman is a guard. Here it is. I didn't highlight it, but it says keep, protect. All right. Here is to keep watch, keep watch and ward. This is the definition B. Keep guard, keep watch and ward. Right. You're the guard. You're the security. Okay. That's what the word shamar is used as. Hold on. We get this back down to where we was at. There we go. So the first word that you have is the word shamar. All right, so you got ha shamarwa. It says guard or keep, watch, or beware. Why would it say beware? Hold on, let me make sure I can hold on, let me use two of these just so I can go back to the English as well. Right? Why would it say beware? Because that's what it's saying in the English. Well, it's saying this in the English. Remember, y'all, just so y'all can know, right? I don't want anybody to be under, to not understand, all right, or to not be aware that the New Testament in Hebrew is not like the Old Testament in Hebrew. Okay, meaning this: the New Testament in Hebrew is not the actual way, it's not the words that we say, it's not the literal scripture. The New Testament in Hebrew was a translation from the Greek. The New Testament was written in Greek. They matched the Greek and made it Hebrew and translated it into Hebrew later on, after the King James Bible. This was not all in the same few hundred years. This was later. They did that later to make a New Testament in Hebrew. You get what I'm saying? To make a New Testament in Hebrew. Not because the New Testament was written in Hebrew. It was not. It was written in Greek. All right. So, and remember, y'all gonna see, I tried to tell y'all last time that a lot of the stuff that you're gonna see in the New Testament and Hebrew, the actual Hebrew, the way they translated it, a lot of us, we don't speak like that as Israelites. Like they used a whole lot more words to make the understanding in English, because English is a bastard tongue, and they had to take that bastard tongue and make it into the Lord's holy tongue. But they were not during the time period. This was not translated during a time period where the Hebrew was very well used by the real Israelites. Therefore, the way they worded stuff, being a real Jew like yourself and me and others, right, that's watching this class, you would see it and be like, why would they write that? I don't even know why they would word it like that. They could have just said, my Negro. You feel me? Or you feel me? Everybody gets what I'm saying. You know, that was hot. You know, we understand the slang. The way they try to translate it, you can tell it's not original. You can tell that the New Testament Hebrew is not the original that Israelites spoke, is not the actual scripture, is not the actual text. So just be mindful of that, right? This is not like the Old Testament. The Old Testament is golden. It's like you found that scripture in a cave. This right here, you know, they got together, you know, and people were speaking English already and all that, and they just made a New Testament in Hebrew. Nobody found this. It was what they found in the caves was the Greek in the New Testament. All right. So with that being said, just keep that in mind, okay? And I want to go back to this right here and show you where it's saying beware. When it says beware, beware, that word in Hebrew was shamar, meaning to watch or guard or keep guard or keep watch, meaning be alert, pay attention to. All right. So the first word is shamar. Salaki Kwatazah. You know what? I'll put all these on the board at the end. You ain't got to do nothing. I don't want to take you off of the shamar. All right. So the first word is shamar. Now let's get to the next word, the second word. So we got hashamarwa lakum. I mean, I put too much. Too much emphasis on the word come. This is the regular ka. This is ka, not the other ka, which we say like the harder to pronounce ka, which is cha. That's not this one. This is just ka, like kick a ball. We kicking it. This is that ka. So you got hashamarwa lakum, right? Hashamarwa lakum. So now let's go into the Let's get the translation for this. All right, I want to show y'all that I put it up here. All right, I gotta go to the next one. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. So we're gonna start with the character la. Okay. So let's go into the character la. So the character la at the beginning of a root word. Let me just make this a nice size for y'all to see. I hope I'm not in the way of it. Let me just take this down a little bit. All right. So the character la at the beginning of the root word is a preposition is used to say to, for, or in regard to, is used in regard to. right? Meaning speaking of this topic. And is the character la, it's a beginning connector. The character la is not an ending connector. It's a beginning connector only. It's not an ending connector. It's just a beginning connector. It's used to say to, right? To or for or in regard to. Okay, that's what it's used as. So when you see it here, in the word lakum is not a root word. Okay, so you got the character la at the beginning, which is a beginning connector, and then you have the word or the ending connector come. So this right here in itself is slang because this is how we talk. So this they did get right. So this right here is two connectors together making a word. Not making a word, but making a statement clearer, or completing the statement, right? So come at the end of a root word. Let me show you what is used as. I can show you this. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see. Do I have it here? Where we at? Oh, damn. All right, good. I can just go to it. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Nope, not that. All right, here we go. So let's share this tab. So these are the possessive adjectives. These are what you call ending connectors, right? As you can see, here's a list of the ending connectors. You got ya at the end of a root word to say my. You got ka at the end of a root word to say you or your, but it's singular. You have wa at the end of a root word to say his. You have ha at the end of a root word to say her or she. You have nawa at the end of a root word to say us, we, or our. Okay. And then you have come, which is plural, but is masculine plural to say your. Because remember, ka at the top said your, but it was singular. This one is saying your, and it's plural. And then you got kun at the end of a root word to say your, but it's feminine plural, meaning you're talking to women. Okay, and then you have the character ma at the end of a root word to say their, and you have the character na at the end of a root word to say their, feminine. All right, so I just wanted to show you that the character la at the beginning, or the character la used in this connector combination, I'll call it a connector combination because it's two connectors used to complete the statement. So you got la, which is to, and then come, which is your or to you, because come or and. So let me show you something. Let me just go back to this. So the character ka and the word come, or the ending character come, or the ending word come, their meaning is your. Ka and come, the meaning of it is your. But in our language, it is slang to say you. It's like saying y'all, right? So to say come is like saying y'all. To say ka at the end is just you. It's just a slang to say you. Because instead of saying atha, then the word, you can just say the word with ka at the end of it. Why? Because these are the ending connectors, right? So I can say how are you, right? Or how is your peace, right? I could say ma. That would be your. I would have to, if I wanted to say how you or how are you, I would have to say ma atha, how are you, right? Or how you. Or I could say ma shalamka, which is how is your peace, or how are you, right? Slang might be ma atha, just to not say as many words. But you get what I'm saying. Ka goes at the end of the root word to say you. So in that same format, come goes at the end of a root word to say you as well. It's like saying y'all because it's plural. This y'all bike, or this is your bike, but you're talking to more than one person. This y'all dog, or this is your dog, but you're talking to more than one person. Okay. So in that reference, that's how lakum is used, right? So let's go back. So you got hashamarwa, which is beware or guard or keep, and then lakum to you, keep to you, or guard to you, or preserve to you. Okay, but we know in the English that is saying beware. We know in the English that is saying beware. But in Hebrew it's saying guard you or guard to you, right? Now the way it's written and spoken is not the actual way we would. It's not like we would say all those. It's not like we would say, we're not meaning all those words. We saying guard you or you guard, right? Or watch you or you watch, or we're saying beware in English. All right, so we got beware. Okay, I think I'm gonna zoom out on this just so we can have the whole scripture. Okay, beware. But in Hebrew, it's saying guard you. Ha-shamar wa lakum, guard you. The next word is pun. It's pun, and is also, you see this dash here, is also said in the same breath, the next word, because these two words go together. So it's saying pun YAHUWAH, pun YAHUWAH, right? Pun YAHUWAH, meaning these two words, they're pronounced together. All right, so now we're going to start with the first word. The first word is pun. Okay, the first word is pun. So let me go back and get it for you. All right. The first word is pun. So let's share this tab. Okay, so pun. Okay. It says a conjunction, that C-O-N-J conjunction, okay, averting or deprecating lest. All right. Lest. Pun is used as less. Okay, from the word panah, okay, for the aversion of. All right. Spoken, now I'm just reading all the highlighted parts that I highlighted. Spoken in a tone of alarm, right? To say lest or to prevent. It says might readily acquire a deprecator force, right? Lest with the imperfect, ye shall not eat thereof. So it's giving you Genesis 3:3. Ye shall not eat thereof. And then it's telling you pun ha-ma the one. Hamath the one. Pun hamath the one, lest ye be unalived. Okay. Then they give you another one, pun na pawataza, or pun napataza, right? Lest we be scattered. So it's just pun is just a word used as lest. And this is how you know that what we read in the English, beware lest, that in the Hebrew, those first two words, they're still saying, they all are just saying beware in English. Because you got hashamarwa lakum, guard to you, or you guard, or watch you, or you watch. Pun lest. So guard you, or be or watch you, or in the English, beware. You better beware, right? Pun lest. So that's what it's saying in English. Beware lest. Beware lest. Okay. All right. So I'm just trying to go slow as possible. I see some questions. It said Hebrew is a direct language. That's absolutely right, Hawar. Right? No, this lakam is not the same as bread. The lakam you talking about is lacham. Lacham. That's the other ka. That's the one that's harder to pronounce. So that one is lacham, which is bread, right? This one is just lakam. Easy, lakam. Like kick, like speak. So lakam. And this word lakam is just used as your at the end. All right. So in the English, it's saying beware lest. But in Hebrew, it's saying the same thing in Hebrew. But in Hebrew, the word is shamar lakam, or watch you. And then pun, which is lest. Now, remember, pun has this dash right here to show that these two words are pronounced in the same breath. Pun YAHUAH. Pun YAHUAH. Let's see what the word YAHUAH is used as, okay? Boom. Let me get out of here. Let me go to it. Let me show you what YAHUAH is used as. So first things first, we got to note, we got to find the root word, right? In order to find the root word, you have to know the tenses. Since I've been teaching this class, I've been emphasizing on learning all the tenses first. And here's my theory. Learning how to communicate. My theory is a baby. A baby does not know the word dictionary. It can't spell it. It don't know it if it sees it. But a baby can communicate. Because if you hand a baby a dictionary or an apple or the famous one, y'all, the Banky. If you hand the baby the Banky, he know what the hell the Banky is. That's a fact. Whether you showed it to him or you showed him how to spell Banky, he ain't getting all that. But he knows what the Banky is. He knows what the pacifier is. Because a baby can communicate. So I'm very big on us learning the tenses, us learning these connectors first. Why? Because you have to learn how to communicate in Hebrew. So let's get into it. Now, the reason I said that is this. If you notice, I got the character tha and the character wa underlined because these are the tenses. This right here is the future tense. This is how you speak future tense, right? So if you notice, it got I will do something. You will. You will feminine, right? He will, she will, we will. If you see I got underlined you will, okay? And it's masculine plural because you got you feminine. I mean, you got you masculine singular where you just add tha at the beginning. You add tha at the beginning to say you will do this or you're going to do this in the future, right? Like I'm about to go to the store or you about to go to the store, right? Or you about to get in the car. So that's singular. But if I was talking to a couple or a married couple, I would say y'all about to get in the car. That's today's slang. If I could also say you about to get in the car. Like this, I'll give you an example. How they say, man, you people. They're saying you, but it's plural. So it's the same thing here. So if you notice, I got the character tha and the character wa underlined. Why? Because in the scripture that we translating, what did it say? It was pun, meaning less, and then you got tha, haya, wa. You got tha at the beginning, you have wa at the end. YAHUAH, pun YAHUAH, lest you in the future, you see how we understood that, and we don't even have the two letters, lest you will in the future, or lest y'all in the future. Beware lest y'all in the future And now we can figure out the root word. We see the root word must be YAHUAH. Now, how in the hell you gonna know that thahaya ain't the root word, or none of this is a root word? Which is why I teach the tenses first. You have to learn how to communicate first, which is why I keep pushing that we have to learn the tenses first. And when I say first, I mean first as in learning how to speak a language. Of course, we're going to learn Hebrew words and stuff like that. But if we want to communicate in our language, we have to learn how to communicate. I got to know that whatever you're saying, I have to have the idea of what you mean. A baby don't know. He's not an accountant. He ain't counting to one. He can put up the number one if you show him, but he ain't really getting all that yet. But he knows that when you ask him to put up the number one, he'll put up the number one because he can communicate with you. Learning the tenses, learning the connectors is the actual language. It's how we are communicating. We just learned, beware lest you in the future. And we didn't even get to what the word haya, which is right here, even is. We don't even know what it is yet. But we know that pun thahayawah is saying less you in the future something. Whatever you're going to do in the future to prevent something that you're going to do in the future. Pun thahayawah, right? So now let's get the root word haya. Okay? Or what we believe to be the root word haya. All right, so let's pull this up. So boom, here we go. Haya is the root word, right? The root word is haya. We have it right here. So fall out, come to pass, come to pass, become, right? And I emphasize come to pass for a reason. This is definition 1A of haya, fall out or happen. Happen. Right? This happened. What has happened to him? Okay. Haya, come to pass or happen. Beware lest this happen to you in the future. Beware lest this what? Definition 2. Definition 2. 2 is especially ESP and very often come about, come to pass. And then it gave you an example. YAHAWAH. And it came to pass that. So beware lest you in the future this happens to you. Beware lest this happens to you in the future. Okay? Beware lest this happens to you in the future. Ha shamarwa lakum, guard or keep watch to you, lest this happen to you in the future. This come to pass to you in the future, right? I'm saying to you because it's future for you. The Y at the beginning, Y at the end. You will. So beware. Hashamarwa lakum pun thahayawah, lest this come to pass or lest this happen to you in the future. So beware lest this happen to you in the future. Hashamarwa lakum pun thahayawah. All right. Now the next word is la shalal. La shalal. Okay. So we already went over the fact that la at the beginning of a root word was used as to or in regard of, right? So now we're going to get the word shalal, because we already know that la at the beginning is used as to or in regard to or for. So let's get shalal. Let's get the next word, right? And I can show you all this just as a reminder, just because even though we already went over it. Remember, la at the beginning is to, for, or in regard to. All right. So when y'all see it right here, we know it's saying the same thing. La meaning to or in regard to. So now let's go to the next, which is shalal. So la shalal. Okay. Trying to make this as big as possible. So shalal is a word that's used as draw out, right? Or draw, like to draw out your sword. To draw out a child, a newborn child, right? An embryo, and it says or abortion, right? To meaning you drawing out a child, right? But they give you they got shala yala yala, right? And that is to draw out an embryo or what they say as an abortion, right? But let's keep going. It says draw out for her, okay? So now you got an adjective, sha'walal, which is barefoot. I will go out barefoot, I will go out naked, right? But then you have the second definition of shalom, okay? Which is, and the barefoot meaning your foot is out, your foot is bare, your foot is drawn out of a shoe. All right, just remember that as an adjective, right? Meaning you stripped or as to walking, as you see it right there. Meaning what? Something is drawn out of the clothing. So let's keep going, right? So the word shalal in this context is a verb which means spoil or plunder, which is how you know it's talking about being robbed. Spoil or you plunder, right? This is talking about a war. It says plunder. Plunder a flock of sheep or goats. Booty, which is from war, which is the goods that you get from war. Just how you know it's talking about being robbed, right? Spoil of wealth or to plunder wealth. Why? Once again, in reference to taking goods, taking money, right? Or just being robbed, being, someone taking something from you. So let's go back to the Hebrew, okay? So what we got in Hebrew is this. We got beware, hashamar walakum, pun YAHUAH, lest this happen to you in the future, la shalal, in regard of being spoiled or in regard to spoil or plunder. And then now you have the next word, la ma-chakwarya, right? Oh, Salaki, first let me stick with this real quick before we get on to the next. Ha shamar walakum, beware, pun YAHUAH, lest this happen to you in the future. La shalal, to be spoiled, or in regard to spoiling, right? Lest this happen to you in the future to be spoiled, right? Or to be plundered. Now let's go into the English. Beware, lest it's saying any man spoil you, but I don't want to get to that yet. I want to stick with the words that we have. Beware lest spoil you. Spoil you. How do you know how do you know that the you is in it? Because of the word lakum in Hebrew. Beware you, lest this happen to you in the future to be spoiled. So you got lakum and you got the future tense for you, which is how you know that it's saying beware lest spoil you, because the spoil is happening to you. It's just the future tense, all right? So let's keep going. All right, let's go back into the Hebrew. The next word would be lama chakwarya. Lama chakwarya. All right, so let's pull this word up. Let me go back. Boom. Hold on. Boom, boom. I think I got everything off of here. Let me see. All right, yep. So let me go to the next email and open that one up. And now we should have what we looking for. Give me 1 second, y'all. Here we go. So the root word is ma-kwa. So like a ma-chakwar. Ma-chakwar, right, is what we would think the root word would be. Why? Because of this word over here. La ma-chakwarya. But you have to understand, in Hebrew, that doesn't mean that this is the root word, which is why I said, how do you know that YAHUWAH isn't the whole word? You have to know the tenses, right? So if you look up makak, is a verb used as utterly or destroy. And you would think, damn, that makes sense, lest anybody spoil you and destroy you. But if you notice down here, makakwar, the ra is not there, because if you notice, it goes from makak to makar. There is no makwar. There's no word makwar. So if you're looking for the word makwar, you have to visit, which is this .v, visit chakwar. Chakwar is the root word, okay? And there'll be more examples of this in the future in the same translation. There's gonna be a few more like that. So if you go to the root word chakwar, is a verb used as search. Definition 1, to search. 2, search through, explore. Search a man, find out his sentiments, right? It says searching man, of examining thoroughly. Of examining thoroughly as to expose weakness, right? To be searched out, found out, search. Then you have this kakwar right here, which is a noun, searching thing, to be searched out, right? Searchings, questioning of heart. Then if you go down right here, it's a little bit, it's like rubbed off, this ma, but it's the character ma, makwar. Makwar, Aslaki, ma kakwar, ma kakwar is a noun masculine, meaning it's a masculine noun, range, as place to explore, right? A range. Now, what is that saying? What is it saying in Hebrew? Let's go back to the Hebrew, right? So beware you, hashamar wa lakum, pun YAHUWAH, lest this happen to you in the future. La shalal, to be spoiled. La machakwarya, through, or the range, right? To be spoiled through. Now let's see if that's in English. We got beware lest, we're gonna skip over any man for now. Beware lest spoil you through. It's the range of how you can be spoiled, right? Spoiled through. So spoil you through. Beware lest spoil you through. All right, so now that's what we have so far in the English. That's the English words that we covered in Hebrew. Salaki, is it any questions? I don't want to just keep going. All right, no sweat. So that's what we have covered so far in Hebrew. I mean, in English, we got beware lest spoil you through. All right, that's English. Beware lest spoil you through. Okay. So now let's go back to the Hebrew. Let's go back to the Hebrew. So beware, hashamar wa lakum, right, or guard to you, pun YAHUWAH, lest happen to you in the future. La shalal, to be spoiled or to spoil, right, or of being spoiled, or of spoiled, right, or plunder, or to be plundered. La machakwarya, through. Ayash. So the next word is ayash. So beware lest this happen to you in the future, to be spoiled or plundered through ayash. So let's get the word ayash and let's see what it's saying in the English. Okay, so I'm gonna share the tab. Ayash. Okay, the word ayash comes from the root word awash or ayash. All right, this is what it's used as. It's used as man. Okay, ayash is also husband. Ayash is husband. You got ayasha, man as a procreator, right? Like a father or like a grandfather, right? Ayash, ya, the procreator or the father. Okay, so ayash is man, is used as man. All right, so let's go back to the Hebrew and let's see what it's saying. So it says, beware lest this happen to you in the future, to be spoiled through man. Through man, right? So let's go in the English and let's see it. Let's match it up. Beware lest any man spoil you through. So beware lest any man spoil you through. Okay. Ayash is also used as any man too. I didn't go into all that, which would have been better for me to do. But the word ayash itself is man, men, a man. There's a bunch. It just means man, which is why I didn't go into it. But if you know anything about it, if I was to show you in a blue letter, it is also used as any man. If I was to go to 2letterlookup.com, is any man as well, right? It's just a man. So you can use any man, but I want to stick with the basic because using it as any man is not the main usage. Main usage is man. That's more so of understanding, having a deeper understanding of the word ayash to know that you can say man or just men. As high as this one word, singular and plural at the same time. It's used as man and men and husband. So I didn't go with that, right? But I should have actually showed you. That would have been way better, but I didn't think to do that. I didn't want to confuse nobody. So with that being said, we'll just use man. Just use man. Let's stick with that. So beware lest man spoil you through, and that's where we stopped at. That's where we translated so far. So beware was hashamarwa lest panthahayawa any man, right? Which we didn't get there yet, but that word was ayash. Spoil you, right? Which was la shalal, and then through was la machakwarya, and then man was ayash. All right. So now let's keep going. Let's get the next word. The next word in Hebrew is ba ma sha'awah. Bama sha'awah, which is right here. After ayash, bama sha'awah. So let's get it in English. Okay. Bama sha'awah. Makakor, here we go. All right, so let's start here. Let's start with masha'ah. Ba at the beginning of a root word is used as in, at, or by. So let me just show you this real quick before we go there. Ba used at the beginning of a root word is used as in, at, or by. And we covered this in the previous class. So only reason I used la this time because I was on the page. It was right there when I was looking up another word in this breakdown, which is lamad, but we didn't get there yet. So that's the only reason I took a picture of that one as well. But by at the beginning of a root word is used as in, at, or by. So we know the first word is saying ayas, which is man, and then ba, which is by, and then ma sha'awah. So let's get the word ma sha'awah and let's see what it's used as. So you would go to look up ma sha'ah, right? If you're trying to figure this out, you're trying to learn Hebrew. And then you would see mashiach. First, so like I said, if you know the tenses, you would I automatically identify ba at the beginning of a root word, especially if the root word is such a extensive word, like such a long word, like ba mashiach waf. You would already know waf is feminine plural. So, and you would identify ba at the beginning to say in, at, or by. So mashiach is what you have left. You know that this is obviously the root word or a part of the root word. So you would go to look up mashiach. Now what you would find is you got a visit, which is this V right here. You would have to go visit na-sha'ah, the word na-sha'ah, meaning ma-sha'ah that you're looking for, you're really looking for the word na-sha'ah, because characters can drop off in Hebrew. Letters can drop off of a word in Hebrew because we have a slang writing system and a slang speaking system. We speak slang and we also write slang. We write the way we talk. If I don't feel like saying I am about to go to the store, I'm going to just say I'm going to the store. I would say what? I'm about to roll. I would say what? I'm going to slide to the store real quick. Or, because that was a lot. What you would say in the hood is I'm sliding to the store. Now I'm walking, I'm sliding. I'm about. I ain't even about. I'm about to go. So just understand that we write the way we speak. All right, so let's keep going. So I wanted to show y'all this right here. Now we already covered masha'ah is not the word, right? But I wanted to show you that masha'ah was something. Masha'ah was it is a word. Masha'ah is used as two things. One, it was is a noun proper, and I forget what this gent is, and it's used for territory. That ter. So son of Ishmael. So Masha'ah was the son of Ishmael. Genesis 25 and 14. First Chronicles 1 and 30. Right now, the second definition is the realm of King Lemuel. King Lemuel in Proverbs 31 and 1. What's Proverbs 31? Virtuous woman. Remember, can you pull me the precept Proverbs 31? For who can find a virtuous woman? Her price is far above rubies. But if I just need 31 and 1, whenever you get it, and we're gonna go and I'm gonna pull up the what you call it. Right? I just wanted to show y'all that that masha'ah was actually a word. All right. Hold on. I gotta go to the next email and get it for y'all. But I wanted to show y'all that masha'ah was a word. So let me go to the next email. Oh, actually, then I should have kept it on the what you call it for y'all. My bad, y'all. Let me know when you're ready.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 1. The words of King Lemuel.
The words of who?
Lemuel.
The words of King Lemuel. Go ahead.
The prophecy that his mother taught him.
The prophecy his mama taught him. His mom is the one, a woman is the one telling a man that women should take care of him. I'm gonna say that ish again. A woman is the one telling this man that women plural should take care of him. That don't mean you gotta get multiple. That don't mean she gotta take care of him. But this did come from a woman. And if you got a son, ain't you gonna give him the game? Or you gonna let every woman take advantage of your son? brothers in the hood laughing at him because he walking by with all the corny Jones and they playing them. And they using him. Or he's some sucker to some super bad bro and she cheating on him and telling the streets that listen, she got him stored. I seen this on TikTok. She got the brother stored in her phone as takeout food or as Chinese food or as Grubhub order. And like, she don't even got his name in there. Good night. She got him as Taco Tuesday on in her phone, man. He just buying her stuff. That's it. She just playing him because he weak for whatever she got, man. But a woman is giving this breakdown. That's I wanted to add that in. That was extra, y'all. That was extra. I just wanted to add it in there. That King Lemuel had a realm, and his mother did give him that game. So King Lemuel was a king. I just wanted to show y'all. Hold on. What am I looking for? Okay. All right, here we go. Wait, hold on. Something ain't right. Where we at with it? All right. Where we at with it? We at La Mashiach. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we at Mashiach. Let me make sure I didn't skip it. Make sure I got it over here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna check y'all questions too as well. Boom, boom, boom. Hold on, y'all. I just want to make sure I got this. I don't know why that one came in sideways, but that one came. All right, hold on. Let me see something. All right, okay, cool. All right, so it is that one picture. I think I might have skipped over it. But I'm going to go to this other one, and I'm going to show y'all, because this one is a part of it as well. So I'm going to show you this as well. All right. So let me share this screen. Boom. Here we go. So I might not, I think, okay, so here we go. We'll just go here. The root word that we're looking for is, hold on. I gotta give y'all the other page, but for now, since we're here, when you look up the word Masha'awah, right? Once you get to it, it's part is the third definition of Nasha'ah, right? Remember I said Masha'ah, you had to look up Nasha'ah. And Nasha'ah, the third definition was take away. That was the third definition of Nasha'ah. It was take away, to take or take away. Now, when you go up here, now this is how you know it's Nasha'ah. You can see Nasha'ah all right here. Okay? But this is how it's used. The same way we saw it, La Masha'awah is used as or rendered plucking up or tearing it away from the third definition, takeaway, right? To pluck it up or take it away by the roots. And it says not used elsewhere in this sense, right? And is from the root word nasha'ah. So if we go back into it, let me see. We go back into the Hebrew. We got ba ma sha'awa. So if we back up a little bit, remember in the English, right? Where did we stop at? We stopped at spoil you through. Beware lest any man spoil you through. Okay, in Hebrew, that was guard to you, lest this happen to you in the future, to spoil or be spoiled, right? To be spoiled or plundered through man by taking away by the roots, or by taking it away, or by plucking up by the roots, okay? Or by tearing away, sha'wa'ah. So through man by tearing away, or through man tearing away, YAHUAH, because the word YAHUAH is next, is over here. It's the next Hebrew word. Okay, through man tearing away YAHUAH. And let's get what the word YAHUAH is used as. Okay, hold on, boom, boom, boom. Just give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna pull this up for y'all. Boom, boom, boom. Tell me, did I let me see. Naj. Oh, I might have didn't send it. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me go in the pictures and send this to y'all now. I don't think I sent this one either. Yeah, I didn't send the last of it. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. All right, here we go. So let me share this. And let me share. I'm gonna share a few, the last few that I didn't send. I think I sent that one. I don't think I sent this or this or this right here. All right, so let's share. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm about to send this to the email. So, boom, here we go. And we should have it now. All right, so y'all bear with me. So I'm gonna bring it back to the English. Wham. So right now we did this whole first line except for philosophy and then we're gonna move on to the next. But we did beware lest any man spoil you through. All right, let me check for any questions. Perfect. Okay, so let me pull this up through the email. Refresh the page. Here we go. So the word that we're looking for now is YAHUAH. And how do we know? Because YAHUAH is the last word that we had right here. YAHUAH. Right? So spoil, la shalal, through, la machakoria, man, ayash, by taking away, ba masha'awah, by taking away YAHUAH. And let's see what YAHUAH is used as. Okay, this is the word YAHUAH. So YAHUAH is used as be evil, foul, or unseemly. YAHUAH is a noun masculine. Okay, emptiness, vanity. Emptiness, vanity, emptiness, nothingness, vanity, vain. Vain. Man's deliverance. Vain is man's deliverance, which was the scripture. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's 60 and 13. I'm not sure where they put that at. Right? So vain. It is vain, useless for you, because vain means useless. It says, for Io, what nothingness has thou created man? All right. So it's used as vain, God in vain, lifted up in vain are. Emptiness of speech, which is the second definition, right? Worthlessness, worthless men, but vain speech or emptiness of speech, right? So how will man take away? Remember, it's saying guard you or beware lest this happen to you in the future, right? To be spoiled through a man by taking it away vainly or in vanity, all right? Taken away in vanity or by vain speech, by useless speech, to be taken away by vain speech or useless speech. Shawa'ah. Now, I always love to note how some of these words like la makwakarya is through. And then you got ba masha'awah is taken away by. But then you got shawa'ah, and it means vain speech or by vanity, right? So let's get what it's saying in English. Beware lest any man spoil you through vain deceit. Vain deceit is what it's saying. Vain speech or vanity or worthlessness. Vain deceit, right? Vain deceit. So we didn't get philosophy yet, right? Spoil you through vain deceit. Okay. So now let's keep going. Emptiness of speech and vain deceit. All right. And that word was shawa'ah. That word was shawa'ah. I want to put it in Hebrew. That was the word shawa'ah. So let's get the word lapaya. So right now what we got in Hebrew is beware to you, lest this happen in the future, to be spoiled through a man by or through any man by taking away vain speech. I said through taking away, by taking away, by plucking up from the roots, right? By taking away vain deceit. Vanity, by vanity or vain speech, okay? Or taken away by vanity and vain deceit. All right. So now let's keep going. So in English, oh no, we're going to do the Hebrew because we're translating it, right? So the next word is lapaya. Lapaya. So the reason that I'm doing the Hebrew first and not the English first is because we're translating it. We're not going to, and we're translating it like we're the scholars. Okay? So we ain't translating it like, we read in English and then matching the word. We're really, which is why I was so happy to do the New Testament in Hebrew, is because we're really speaking it now. We're not even on the actual way we spoken. The actual way we talk, which is in the Old Testament. Now we're taking the way we talked in the Old Testament and we're applying it to English words and English philosophy, and we're still understanding what it means. So if we know that the character la at the beginning of a root word is used as to or for or in regard to. So you may go and you may try to look up the word paya, right? Which is right here. You may look up the word paya. And when you see this word paya, it says mouthpiece. And you'll think, yeah, through vain speech from a mouthpiece. From somebody talking. But remember, this is the Ben Yehuda Hebrew to English, English to Hebrew dictionary that this is coming out of. This ain't coming out of the Hebrew to the Hebrew lexicon, right? So this is coming from the Ben Yehuda. So this is speaking of a mouthpiece or like a mouth guard, not the way you thinking a mouthpiece today. A mouthpiece like somebody talking in slang, but think of a mouthpiece today that you would put in your mouth. Right, because of course in here I believe they got words for like airplane and stuff we didn't even have back in Israel. So in computer I believe is even in this book. It may be not computer but some type because there's no word for computer. They made a word for it recently, but back then they remember that in 1948 they took our land, and in the 1940s they remade our language. So you had a mouthpiece in 1940s. You had boxing and all that stuff in the 1940s. So a mouthpiece, you got to think, it's the actual mouthpiece. It's not what we're thinking. Now, with that being said, it doesn't fit the word la paya. So now let's just go see if we can find if there is a word la paya. Maybe the character la is not saying to. Maybe it's actually saying something different. So I went and looked up la paya. La paya is a word used as according to, because of. La paya, according to, because. So now let's go back into the Hebrew. So the last thing we translated was sha'awah, was vain deceit, was vain speech, was vanity. So to prevent, right? To prevent this happening in the future, beware lest any man spoil you, right? So beware lest this happen to you in the future, to be spoiled through a man by taking away, or by plucking it up of vanity, of vain speech, la paya, which is according to, right? So what it's saying here, ba masha'awah shawa'ah, is taken away by vain speech. Okay, even though by is in front of taken away, because taken away is the action. So by taking away, and then you describing it with vain speech. That's when the noun comes, right? Well, there's no description. This is the noun, vain speech or vanity, right? And then la paya, which is according to. According to what? What is it according to? So vanity or vain speech according to matazawah. According to matazawah. What is matazawah? Let's go and let's look it up, okay? So now, but first, before we look it up, let's get it in English. I don't like skipping around and going to not giving y'all the English. So beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. In this case, they just used the word that meant vain deceit or vain speech. So philosophy and vain speech, you can consider that as one, right? So now we translated that. So now we moving on, right? So Salaki, according to. Now we at according to. According to, which we can say is after the, or according to. Now let's see what matazawah is used as, okay? So let's go get the word matazawah. So when you look up the word matazawah, you find the root word matazah. Matazah means to drain or drain out, okay? So when you get to matazawah, you notice matazawah ain't even in here as a definition. Once again, it's telling us to go and what? Visit another word. Visit the word tazawah. Tazawah that's what it's telling us to go visit. So now we got to go and find tazawah. So let's do that. So right here, now this damn thing is sideways, in a sense, sideways, but what it was saying is Tazayawan. I kept that in there for another side note. Tazayawan is a post or a monument or Zion or a Mount Zion, or a post or a monument. So Mount Tazayawan or Har Tazayawan is Mount Zion. On a side note, is a monument in Israel, right? But that's when you look up the word Tazah. Now, when you look up the word Tazah, you see the word Matazah. Now, notice it's sideways, y'all, in this ghetto. But it is used as commandment. Commandments, commandment, code of law, commandment, plural of commands. So now let's go to the Hebrew, right? Because I don't really got time to go back and try to resend it. It's 8:43. So with that being said, it's saying by vain deceit, philosophy and vain deceit, or by vain speech, according to commands, or according to commandments. La paya matazawav, according to commandments. From the word tazawa. Tazawa. Now you notice the ha dropped off at the end, and is a ma added to the beginning to say of tazawa, right? Of commands. So now let's keep going. Now let me see if did I even send. I might have sent tazawa. Might have sent it in the last one. Let me just make sure that I did. Let me see. I'm not sure. I might have sent it. I might have sent tazawa. Let me see. I don't think I did though, because I have it here, the same thing as this. All right, cool. No, I didn't send it. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Is it here? I just want to make sure, y'all, just in case. All right. No, I didn't send it there. So I did have. So I do only have Matazawaf, which is the one that was sideways and all that. So now let's keep going. So spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit or vain speech, according to la paya matazawaf, which is commands. All right, vain speech according to commands. So they take it away by vain speech, or they spoil you by vain speech through according to commands. Commands, or whose commands, or what type of commands, we don't know yet. Just through commands. So the next word is ayash, right? Ayash. So we're going to find out who the commands are coming from. But first, let's go back to the English. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after or according to tradition. Those commands is according to the traditions of, we didn't get there yet. Almost gave it away. We didn't get there yet. It's according to traditions. Those commands is coming from the tradition, and we'll figure out whose tradition or what tradition. Okay. So now let's go. What am I looking for now? I believe I'm looking for the next Hebrew word, which was anashium. Anashium. So matazawaf, anashium. Now let's find it. All right, any questions in the room before I go on? I don't want to move too fast. I believe I seen Anash. Let me see. Let me check this here. Oh, here it is, Anash. All right. And we got no questions in the room. Let me check online. All right, perfect. So now, anashium. It comes from the root word anash. Anash is a verb used as to be weak, meaning to be weak. Now, anash, the second definition is to be inclined to. Friendly, social, which, however, right? Then you have anawash, which is man or mankind, mostly in poetry, anawash, right? But the second definition of anawash is men, a collective of men in general, ordinary men. Then you have anawash, the son of Seth, right? Which I believe they said was Enos. They was trying to say was Enos in the scriptures, all right? But we know that Anash is men, collective as men, or man, or mankind. Okay, so let's go back. According to commands of men commands or traditions, right, of men, according to the commands of men, according to what? The tradition of men. So beware, Hashamarwa Lakum, beware to you, Pun Thahayawa, lest this happen in the future, right? Shalal, what was it? La Shalal, spoil you, La Makwakaria, through, what was the other one? Shawa'ah, through philosophy and vain deceit. Oh, Salakia, spoil you by man. It was of man, right? In the Hebrew. It was saying that men would spoil you or be spoiled of man, right? Or through man is what it was saying. It was saying, Hashamarwa Lakum, beware, Panthahayawa, lest this happen to you in the future. La Shalal, to be spoiled. La Machakwaria, through Ayash, men. Bamasha'awah, by taking up or by taking away, Shawa'ah, vain deceit, or by vain deceit, by philosophy and vain deceit, by be taken away by philosophy and vain deceit. And in Hebrew, it's by taking away of philosophy and vain deceit. La Paya, according to Matazawaf, commands or traditions, anashium of men, according to traditions or according to commands of men, plural, right? Anash yum, plural, men, commands of men. Okay. So the next word in Hebrew is ma lamad, ma lamada, right? Ma lamada. So let's pull this up. Where is it at? Boom, boom, boom. Let me see. Do I have it here? All right. So this is the word lamad. The root word is lamad. All right. So the root word is lamad. Lamad is a verb meaning exercising or learn, right? To be accustomed to learn, to accustom, to combine, be taught, to learn something, to be trained to war. Shout out to the Hebrew Academy. Teach someone something, right? Trained as soldiers. Shout out to the Hebrew Academy. Taught of a human command. What did it just say? Taught of a human command, right? And it just said in the Hebrew, to be taken away according to the commands of men, right? Of human commands to be taught, right? To be taken away of the commands of men from being taught, because that man in the front is saying from or of the teachings, right? Of the teachings or the traditions or of men's commands, right? Which is in the English, right? So this would be after the rudiments, or after the teachings. Okay, after the rudiments or after the teachings. So after the tradition of men, after the rudiments. Okay, that's what it's saying. And in Hebrew, it's saying according to the commands of men from the teachings or of the rudiments, right? The next word in Hebrew is ka-darak. Ka-darak. Let's see what the word ka-darak is saying. Okay, let me exit out of this and go up here. Boom, Lamad, Anash. Let me see. Let's go here then. Matazah, boom, boom. Anash, Yamat, Lamad. Let me go back. All right. Boom, boom. All right, hold on. Let me refresh the page to make sure I got everything. Because I believe we sent the rock. And if not, then I got to resend it. Now, unless I'm moving too fast, I believe I got to resend it. All right, I'm going to resend the rock real quick. Because I'm not sure if it, oh, I think that, okay, y'all. So when I sent the email, it said one of them messed up. And I believe this is the one that messed up. It said, oops, something went wrong with something, right? So I believe this is the one that they said was messing up. So, all right, let's go back to the email. Let me refresh the page. Then I'll pull this up for y'all. All right, and we right here with it, the rock. So the rock is a verb used as tread or march or lead or conduct or reach, right? But to tread or walk. Now, what I also should have sent y'all was way, because the rock is also used as way. So I don't think these two sent. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, a few of them didn't send. I didn't get this one either. All right, I'm gonna just send these two. I'm gonna send these two right now, since I'm on it, because they didn't send them. We was gonna need the that next word, because that was one of the main points. Okay. So they just sent. All right, so the rock. Now, you see lead and you see tread and march, right? So now let's go. I want to show you this right here. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. All right. So I want to show you this right here. Not that one. Here we go. So the rock. When you look up the rock, now remember where it said before, it said tread upon, right? To tread upon. I don't know if y'all can see that it's up in the corner over here. Tread. When you tread, it means like to walk over, right? To walk over, you know, like to tread is to walk. So to walk over. Now the next definition of the rock, it shows you as a noun, it's masculine, way, road, distance, journey, manner, right? But it's used as way. In the first definition, the first word is way. So the rock is used as way, road, path, right? The way of the olive tree is used as towards, pray toward the city. The rock, pray towards the city, right? Journey. Now, of course, there's more words than that. I was just saying the rock is the word for way. Now, if you see this here, it says further, the four wonderful things, Proverbs 30 and 19. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship in the heart of the sea, the way of a man with a damsel. Uh-oh. See, y'all were getting them ribs. The way of a man with a damsel, okay? So the rock is the way. So it says right here in the Hebrew, remember it says commands of men from or of being taught, from teachings or from the teachings as the way, as the way. So these teachings are as the way. The teachings of men, right? They're as the way. Let me zoom out so you can get what I'm trying to say. So, according to commandments of men, of the teachings or of the rudiments, right? Which is it was saying in English, or from the teachings or of being taught as the way, as the way. The next word is ha-I-W-A-H. Now, this is the word I spoke about in the beginning, because we only got one other word. This is technically the one of the last words, because the last word is hamashiach, and we did that word already the same way we did YAHUAH. But I think I sent hamashiach too, just to do it again, just so you know it's Christ. But we already went over this last week. We definitely went over the word hamashiach last week. So the last word is ha-I-W-A-H. Ha-I-W-A-H. Now, remember what I said in the beginning of the class. Ha-I-W-A-H is the main part of this. It's one of the main things. Now let's go and let's get the word I-W-A-H. Okay. So when you go to look up the word I-W-A-H, I didn't put the first one on here because it didn't send. Right. When you look up the word I-W-A-H, it comes from the root word I-Lum. Now, I was going to, originally I put the actual other word that you might look up. You might look up I-W-A-H, but you're not going to find I-W-A-H. You're going to find I-Lum. I forget which word it is that is not the right word, because I didn't send it. It didn't go through. But it tells you to visit the word I-Lum. So when you come to the word I-Lum, here's what it says. It shows you right off the back, I-W-A-H. Now, this is one of the last definitions of it, right? Notice this ain't the whole entire page. This is like towards the bottom of the page, because it's so much more that they use I-W-A-H for. As you can see, you got Tha-I-Lum over here, all the way to your left. You got Tha-I-Lum, Waha-Tha-I-Lum. So, of course, there's more to it. And then you got I-Lum, I-Wum, I-La-Wum-Ya, I can't see it because the thing is right here. I'm trying to get it. I'm going to just leave it alone, so maybe it'll go. Oh, damn, I had it. Anyway, we ain't got that much time. It's 9 o'clock. So, there it is. I-La-Wum-Ya. All right, I-La-Wum-Ya. So, with that being said, I-Lum, if you notice here, if I can zoom in on this, what does that say right there, y'all? It says chiefly world age. I-Lum or I-W-A-H. A lot of times when you hear us doing the prayers, you might hear I-W-A-H, Amun, forever, so be it, right? That's because I-W-A-H is a noun masculine, is used as a long duration, forever, right? Man, you took forever, a long duration, right? Is also used as ancient time, right? And there's a whole lot more. But before I get to that, I want to go back to this. Before I get to that other word that was highlighted right there, I got to go and zone in on this. It says chiefly world. Remember, the scripture was rudiments of the world. And the Hebrew is said of the teachings as the way. Ha at the beginning of a root word is the or of. That's the only two things ha is used as at the beginning of a root word. As the way of the world. Meaning people in the effing world. Christmas is from people that are in the effing world. New Year's that's from people, that's from the teachings and the traditions and the commands of people that are in the effing world. Ha-I-Walam is not saying as the way of forever. It's saying as the way of the world. Wala'ah, we all know la'ah is not. Why at the beginning of a root word is and. And not, so as the way of the world, from the commands of men, as the teachings, or from the teachings, or of being taught, as the way of the world. From the teachings as the way of the world. And not wala'ah, and not kadarak, and not as the way, kad, the beginning of a root word is as or like, and not as the way, hamashiach, of Christ, and not as the way of Christ. Now, let's translate our word. Let's go back into the English. Let's read it straight out in the English. We're going to read it in Hebrew, and then we're going to read it in English. All right, again. So, this is what it says in English. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ. Now let's see what it said in Hebrew. Let's see how they put it together in Hebrew. Because remember, this is put together. This ain't coming from the Old Testament. This is put together. What we're reading was originally in Greek. And somehow we just read it in English, and now we're about to read it in Hebrew because they put it in Hebrew. It was originally in Greek. So now let's read it again. Okay? So, Hashamarwa come, watch to you, Panthahayawa, lest this happen to you in the future. La Shalal, to be spoiled, to be plundered. La Ma Chachwarya, to be plundered or to be spoiled through Ayash, men, to be spoiled through men. Ba Masha'awath, Shawa'ah. Ba Masha'awath is by taking away. Shawa'ah is vain speech. Vain speech. Or by taking away through vain speech. Okay? La Paya, according to Matazawath, the commandments or the commands, Anashim, of men. La Paya Matazawath Anashim, according to the commands of men. Ma Lamada, from the teachings, right? From the teachings, Kadarak, as the way, Ha-I-Walam, of the world. Ma Lamada Kadarak Ha-I-Walam, as the teachings of from the teachings as the way of the world. Wala'ah, and not Kadarak, as the way, Hamashiach, of Christ. So beware to you, lest this happen to you in the future, to be spoiled through men by taking away or by taking away by vain deceit, right? Taken away by vain deceit, according to the commands of men, through the teachings as the way of the world, and not as the way of Christ. That's what we translated. That's what we just got in Hebrew. That's what we translated in Hebrew. And here's again what it said in English. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ. That's what it said. Watch to you, lest this happen to you in the future, to be spoiled through men by taking away through vain speech, right? Or of vain speech, by taking away a vain speech, or taken away by vain speech, according to the commands of men, from the teachings as the way of the world, and not as Christ, and not as the way of Christ. With that being said, y'all, we just translated Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. With that being said, man, I want to say to water for everybody tuning in. Anyakahan Wakwataziyan Mara, my warka Kayahayawam. I'm priest and officer Mara, your teacher for today. Anya Iwa Barakathan, Al Kahan, Wa Salaki, y'all. He called my name and jammed me up. So I'm gonna do it again. Anya Iwa Barakathan, right? Lakahan, Wakwatazayan, Kwatazakarab, the Wada Shalom. All right, I'm passing the class over to priest and officer Kwatazakarab. It might be good to do a teaching on that. You know, after we get done the New Testament in Hebrew, I'll break down what I said. With that being said, I'm passing the class over to priest and officer Kwatazakarab. Shalom.
All right, this is I.S.U.K. security announcement with I.S.U.K. started out on West 25th Street, Harlem, New York. Root for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment, Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10 means 10 from the Hebrew, YAHUSHUA, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the teacher, priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. And instead, we got the feast of dedications, which is in Hanukkah, and it's the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days, and that's Wednesday, December 25th. 2024, and that's for 8 days. You understand? If you want to read up on it, for the first Maccabees chapter 4, verse 52, and read down to 61, the Commander General YAHANNA will be in the building, so make sure y'all come. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be a heavy class. You understand what I'm saying? And remind I want to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. With that, you want to do the
Yeah, we can do the prayer for Israel, bless Israel.
all right.
You gotta do something real quick. I got
the mind of counsel.
All right, so we can salute out.
Okay. All right, when Israel will get a brothers one courteous salute. When Israel, Amadu Shabbat, Amadu Barak,
Yahawah, Abba Shem Yahshua Thumb.
YAHUAH, Sar, sisters, Amadu. All right, when the sisters one courteous salute. When Israel, Amadu Shabbat, Amadu Barak,
Yahweh Shemar Thumb by Shem Yahshua.
That is Matah, he is down for that dismiss.
Shalom.